guys? So just finished up Autocross right now. It's like 3:30 p.m. on the afternoon on Saturday. This was the SCCA Sacramento League Round 3. So this was at the San Joaquin Fairgrounds. I'm gonna go out again tomorrow and do Round 4. I don't think there was even anybody else in the class that I was running today, which was Street Modified SM. Normally out in Mather Field, there's quite a few people, probably 15 to 20 guys in the SM class, and today there were not that many at all. I think, like I said, I was the only one. So it was really fun out there though. Anyways, there was about, let's see, about 4 Subarus. I think there was 1 STI, like 3 WRXs, quite a few like BRZs and or FRSs or something like that. So overall that was pretty cool. But just want to let you guys know about how the tires performed. They performed awesome. A lot of the other guys were running the Hankook, the Ventus V3s, which was an option that I thought about going with, but access port's falling off. If you guys have an access port, you know the sticky stuff is total crap. So eventually I gotta get something a little bit better on there. But anyways, a lot of the guys were running those Hankooks, and those are really awesome autocross tires. If you're looking for just plain autocross tires, I'd really recommend getting those. These are the Bridgestone Potenza RE11s. And I'll tell you what, these things are super grippy too. But the reviews, the Hankooks are a little bit better for autocrossing than the RE11s. But these overall as a daily, because I daily these tires, these are a better daily driven tire. So that's why I went with these. They're just kind of better all around. I'm just gonna pull this off because it's getting annoying. All right. Yeah. Let's get that out of the way. That thing, the sticky, it like keeps working. You can like stick it up there. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, yeah. Overall, the day was really fun. I thought the Stockton Fairgrounds, like I had heard that it was crappy or whatever, just because of just Stockton in general. But the track was pretty awesome. It's a giant parking lot, you know, which is to be expected with autocross. But it was really nice. There was actually shade, which is cool. That's a lot better than Mather. And there's one type of asphalt out there. It's not multiple types, so you don't really have to think about that. And this was like a really tight technical track. There was a lot, like 2 really sharp hairpins, which, I mean, you basically like almost come to a dead stop before you're going around those. So I was actually downshifted into first a couple times, which is normally something you don't do in autocross. But with the 5-speed on the WRXs, I mean, man, to get out of the hole sometimes if you're down to like 1500 RPM or below, I mean, you're really not going to rip out of the hole like you would in first gear. And so some of that like just kind of set me up for quicker times. My quickest time was actually my first run. I'm gonna say in our group, which was the 3rd run group of the day, we were like going out, I mean, within 5 minutes I had another run, 3 to 5 minutes, something like that. So it was almost like hot laps. And I don't have the heat shield on my car, and I think that I was getting a lot of heat soak because I touched that intercooler and it was like burning the hell out of my hand. Like I just tapped it real quick and I could like feel it just wanting to like melt my hand off. So heat shield is definitely in the works. I gotta order that thing. It's like 91 degrees out right now, so I mean, that's kind of why I think my first run was the fastest. It's that, or you know, obviously driving style or whatever. But my first run when I went out was a 40.059, so that was like almost a 40 flat. I think my second run, I don't know, these were my other runs. I'll just ramble them off real quick. 40.361, I think that was like my 3rd run. 40.181 and 40.259. So very consistent as far as all my times went. Like really consistent within, you know, 3,000 or 0.3 of a second. So I mean, that's pretty good overall. So I was pretty much, you know, within the same time frame. But a couple guys out there said my car was tripoding a bit, so that's kind of cool. Had that leg standing up in the air, you know, just kicking front of this car, it still leans quite a bit, you know, even with the sway bar. And if you guys watched my last vlog, I was talking about the tires. I told you that I had changed the front sway bar settings to the soft position, and the last time I went out autocrossing, I had the rear set to the hard position. So right now it's soft and hard in the rear, and it did feel like it was getting the car to rotate a little bit more, but really my car was not rotating out there. It was just gripping. Had a little bit of push when I was coming in too hot in the front, but that was mostly under heavy braking and turning, so I mean that's kind of to be expected. What else? Yeah, so the tires, I mean, the car just felt really well balanced, I guess. It wasn't really understeering, it wasn't really oversteering. I mean, it just felt like grip. When you start to fade a little bit of the tire, like when it's starting to push a little bit of understeering in the front, it still has a lot of grip, so that's cool. I was just really kind of learning the limits of these tires. And you know, 4 runs out there, they did not really get ripped up too much. I think I only was able to film 3 of the runs because like right before I got up there, I whacked the thing to turn it on, and like the resolution changed or something. It like changed to 720p, and I was messing with it, and I was like trying to get up to the line, and then I turned the camera off, and then I didn't want to turn back on. I don't know if you guys have a Hero 3, but they're a pain in the ass sometimes. You got to pull the battery, put it back in, and then it's on, and I just didn't have time to do that at the line. So that was kind of a bummer, but it's not like it was my best run anyways. That was maybe even the slowest one. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I don't know. Autocrossing is fun. I mean, it's so much driver oriented. You know, your skill when you go out there. So it's just like little things that you can do. They can shave off, you know, hundredths of a second, or, you know, even half a second. But just trying to figure out what is the fastest. And that's kind of just one of the really fun things about autocross is, you know, you just tweak around, you just mess with stuff, just tinker with what you have on your car, and you can make all the differences. So, yep, tomorrow in round 4 of autocross, and I'll give you guys an update on that day, let you know how I did. And pretty soon I'll probably just post this vlog first, and then I'll just post the in-car as a separate video. So, all right guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll talk to you soon. Later.